In the midst of the pandemic, Couchsurfing has made some huge changes that have left many community members ready to jump ship. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome to Finding You Again. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ryan, and this channel is all about responsible traveling while on a budget. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you'll know that I've already done a few videos on Couchsurfing. And in those videos, you'll notice how I say that Couchsurfing is one of the best ways to immerse yourself in a local culture and form meaningful relationships by getting to stay with a local for free. Well, hold up, because it ain't free no more, friends. And to make things worse, people were suddenly locked out of their accounts unless they paid up. Now, just so you guys get the full scope of things, I'm going to be reading the entire email from Couchsurfing that kicked off all of this madness. If you guys already have a copy of this email or you've read the original post on Facebook or Instagram, feel free to go ahead and skip to this time right here. On May 15th, the Couchsurfing community got an email with the subject title, "Couchsurfing needs your help." It reads, "All of us who are members of Couchsurfing believe in something greater than money, possessions, and status. It took over 14 years for the Couchsurfing community to come together. Without your immediate help, this community will be lost forever. Given the challenging realities brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, Couchsurfing will soon be unable to meet our financial obligations. We have reduced the size of our team, taken pay cuts, eliminated or renegotiated all contracts, eliminated our physical office space, we are now a 100% remote workforce, and applied for COVID-19 relief funds provided by the United States government through the CARES Act. Unfortunately, this will not be enough. As of May 14, 2020, we are asking for member contributions of $2.39 per month or $14.29 per year if paid up front to keep Couchsurfing alive. This member contribution is required to access the Couchsurfing website and mobile applications. Your member contributions will be used to support Couchsurfing through the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond, and to continue keeping this community safe. This is a decision of last resort and not one taken lightly. There is good news. All Couchsurfing members can now send unlimited messages and couch requests. As third-party advertising is no longer supporting Couchsurfing, all third-party advertising will soon be removed from the website and mobile applications. Member contributions will allow us to significantly reduce the cost of verification in the near future. The Couchsurfing website and mobile applications will continue to evolve, and we are in the process of developing many of the exciting features requested by the community. More details about these changes are available on our blog. If you know of anyone who wants to promote and uphold the Couchsurfing ideals, we ask that you speak with them about Couchsurfing and to encourage them to become a member. Should you have any questions or concerns, please contact Couchsurfing support by emailing support@couchsurfing.com. Thank you, the Couchsurfing team. Now, this email was immediately met with a huge uproar from the community with three major concerns. Concern number one was that people were automatically locked out of their accounts. As you can see from my email, the contribution system went into effect on May 14th, and I didn't even receive the email until May 15th. So many people were suddenly locked out of their accounts with no easy access to their personal data, photos, references, anything. Concern number two is that even though $239 per month or $14.29 per year is cheap for countries like the United States, for members in developing countries, it is a large sum of money to pay to enjoy the benefits of Couchsurfing. And the third concern was that for hosts who feel like they've spent much of their time volunteering for Couchsurfing, they felt it was unfair that they had to pay this fee. In fact, within the first few days of announcing this change, Couchsurfing was met with such an influx of negative feedback that seemed to doom the company even worse than its financial situation. With nothing but the vague email to go off of, many community members were left to wonder why they were suddenly left out of their accounts, how they were supposed to get their information back, what happened to the millions of dollars Couchsurfing had acquired over the years, and how this new contribution system was even supposed to work. What made matters worse was that Couchsurfing was not owning up to its mistakes in its lack of transparency and not taking responsibility for locking people out of their accounts without notice. In responding to comments on their social media posts, Couchsurfing came up with cookie-cutter responses for two of the major concerns that I listed, while in most cases leaving hosts to wonder why they had to pay these contributions. In response to people being upset about not being able to access their data, Couchsurfing replied, "You're welcome to contact our support team at support@couchsurfing.com and let them know that you wish to receive an extract of your personal data or that you wish to delete all of your data in our system, and our friendly staff will help you out." In response to people asking about communities that won't be able to afford these contribution fees, Couchsurfing replied that your contributions will enable those in unbanked and developing countries to maintain free access to the Couchsurfing community. The diversity of Couchsurfing is what unites us. This means that over 75% of the world will still have free access to the Couchsurfing community. Some countries also receive a discount depending on purchase price parity. Now, when people ask which countries would be getting free access, Couchsurfing did not respond, but I'll be getting to the reason why later in this video. After responding to community comments on their original post about the change, leaving many answers to be desired. Couchsurfing turned to posting generic posts about couchsurfing experiences, seeming to ignore the need to address their community with a proper response. Fun fact, this is not the first time I'm recording this video for you guys, and the first time I recorded this video, I heavily criticized Couchsurfing for not taking the time to respond to their community with a proper response, owning up to their mistakes, and giving the proper answers. As a proud community member, I was really frustrated that to find any decent answers, I had to scour their comment sections for hours. In fact, I was just about to put out this video when on Wednesday, May 15th, Couchsurfing finally gave the community the answers it deserved with a long and thorough blog post titled "We Hear You." In this post, they even apologized for their lack of transparency and took responsibility for their mistakes in implementing this change. Now, I won't be going over all of them thoroughly, but here's the full list of the 21 questions Couchsurfing answered for its community. Now let's go over their official response to the 3 major concerns I listed earlier. For concerns about communities that can't pay these fees, question number 13 states, but what about countries that can't afford $239 per month or $1429 per year? Couchsurfing replied, we have adjusted these amounts for many countries. In fact, your contributions will allow over 75% of the world to still have access to the Couchsurfing community for free. How did you adjust the contributions and decide which countries did not have to contribute? We looked at a variety of factors: economic development, economic purchasing power, credit card adoption, debit card adoption, digital payment adoption, size of the country's Couchsurfing communities, vibrancy of the country's Couchsurfing communities, country population size, country population density, and many other factors. Will you be publishing a list of these countries? Not just yet. Unfortunately, we have seen some chatter about people trying to circumvent the contribution program by saying they are from one of these countries even though they are not. This type of behavior is not in line with Couchsurfing values. We consider this cheating everyone else who is contributing to Couchsurfing. If you do this, you will be banned for life from Couchsurfing. On to our third concern, but do hosts have to contribute? We are asking for contributions from all members. It is important that everyone participates. Everyone, whether you are hosting, surfing, organizing an event, or attending a hangout, receives value and needs to contribute to the Couchsurfing community. Everyone provides the community value. Everyone receives value from the community. The contribution is for the tools and upkeep of the website and mobile applications that everyone in the community uses. In response to people being locked out of their accounts, number 1 asks, why was I not warned? We understand that not being able to log into Couchsurfing and interact with the community without first making a financial contribution is a shock and disappointing to many Couchsurfing members. The team supporting Couchsurfing is very small, and we had very little time to try to do anything to save Couchsurfing. The team was and still is working long days and through weekends just to get done what we can. Even sending millions of emails out to the community is not a simple feat. At the point of the rollout, we felt like this was the best option to keep the community we love. We are trying the best we can, and we are sorry we let so many of you down. Looking back, not informing you of such a drastic change was a mistake. Going forward, we will work on a process together with the Couchsurfing ambassadors on how we should communicate changes that impact the community. Question number 17 asks, what if I purchase verification? If you purchase verification, we are not asking you to contribute for 1 full year from now. Thank you for your support for Couchsurfing. You are a huge piece as to why we are still a community. 18 asks, aren't you holding my data hostage? Nope, we understand some of you feel we are keeping your profiles hostage or require that you pay a ransom and apologize for this. This was not the intention we had in trying to rally the community around saving Couchsurfing. We remain compliant with all privacy regulations. As always has been the case, you can ask for a copy of your data and to delete your account by contacting Couchsurfing support at support@couchsurfing.com or through privacy@couchsurfing.com. 19 asks, what happens to my profile, information, and pictures if I don't contribute? Nothing. Your profile will be waiting for you whenever you are ready to return to the Couchsurfing community. We understand if making a financial contribution to Couchsurfing is difficult at this time and can't wait to see you in the future. Lastly, I'm just going to go over why Couchsurfing started asking for contributions. To this, their response was that since 2015, Couchsurfing has been solely focused on improving our community. By all measures, we have been successful and we have grown to a size and vibrancy far beyond what many could imagine. Yet less than 4% of our active members financially contributed to Couchsurfing by choosing to verify their profiles. This number dropped to nearly 0% in March. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, our community engagement dropped by almost 90% because fewer people are traveling and most people are staying home. That means even fewer people verifying their profiles and fewer people seeing advertisements, and therefore less funding available for Couchsurfing. Given the global economic climate, fewer companies are advertising, so we are seeing less funding from the few advertisements we are displaying. We tried for 2 months to solve this problem in some other way and have had to fund operations with our cash reserves, which were limited to begin with. In short, we had no other option than to turn to you, the community, for your support. Another concern that I'm seeing in comment sections is that people are upset because they believe that they paid lifetime memberships. Just to add some clarity to this, I just wanted to say that what they paid for was lifetime verification, which offers you unlimited messaging, 24/7 user support, and identity verification. Now, I do understand why this is confusing because Couchsurfing did market verification as verification membership. But to be clear, what they paid for were the perks of being verified, as everyone was a member, everyone was already a lifetime member, you didn't have to pay for membership. And although Couchsurfing did give the community a proper response with this blog post, they took responsibility for their actions and owned up for their lack of transparency, people are still upset because they still have not been given access to their accounts to at least delete their information without having to go through community support first. And although this new system will draw many faithful Couchsurfers away, it will also draw away the people who only use Couchsurfing to get a free stay or use it as a dating app. At the end of the day, we have to remember that Couchsurfing is all about meeting and forming relationships with people from all around the world, and I believe that this change will allow Couchsurfing to focus on this community while dwindling out the people who don't use it for the right reasons. And this is not me saying that everyone who is leaving does not care about forming relationships and does not hold the true intentions behind Couchsurfing. I totally understand that some people just don't feel that Couchsurfing should have to be about paying, and that many people feel taken advantage of for being locked out of their accounts without notice. If you are looking for an alternative, Be Welcome is a similar service that prides itself on always being a free, open source, non-for-profit, democratic community. Alright, and that's all I have for you guys today. That is what's going on with Couchsurfing. If you have any thoughts on this, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Also follow my socials. Those will be in the description down below. And I will see you guys in my next video.